All right, friends. Hope you can hear me. I got my fan on. It's Georgia and it's hot. Um, so we're doing the foldable tire replacement. So the first thing you want to do is unfold your tires, let them set for at least 24 hours on the ground like that. You know, a couple little or tire form. And you just got a couple little wrinkles here and there. That's no big deal. I already did my front tire. You can see it's pretty worn out. Used a new tread. So, of course, I saved the hardest for the example, the rear wheel. So, I did my wife's bike the other day, and like a dum-dum, I took all that loose because I've never done these before. I haven't changed the tires since I was a kid on my, Schwinn BMX bike or whatever, back in the 80s. But on this one, I figured out, well, number one, I can turn this bike upside down with all her accessories. I couldn't turn this one upside down. So, figure push this thing forward and get that chain off of there and get the chain off of here. And that's probably for anyone who's into mountain bikings or whatever. It's probably like, duh, but it was a light bulb moment for me. So, all right, I got the bolts loose, so I'm gonna pop the wheel off. And then once I get it on the workbench over here, we'll resume. Fastest way to get the air out. Then you just simply peel the wheel and the air tube off in one. I say that, it came up real easy the other one. Alright, so that's simple. Now, the way I do it, you have the hole for the inner tube, or the nozzle right there. So I always put that at the bottom, down here. And then, if you have any type of branding on the tire, like the name, I always put that where the valve stem is. That way, if you're on the trail or wherever, and you need to do a quick repair, it's right there. So now the trick on this one, just laying it flat. And again, this is me being a newbie novice doing this. I haven't done this since I was 10, 12 years old on a BMX bike. So if it's redundant, I'll tell you. You just get the outside bead in the frame of the wheel, like that. Again, your valve stem is here. The branding for the tire is there. Hope I'm in frame. So get your off-road little tire pump there. And you want to put some air in this tire just to give it a shape. So you just want to give it a little bit of a shape, and that makes mounting it a lot easier. So you're going to, let me try to do this. You're going to give it a little bit of shape, get your valve stem. This is the most crucial part, is getting the valve stem lined up with the hole. So that's the most important part, because you don't want it at an angle when you inflate the rest of the tire, like I did when I deflated the tire. It's gonna tear. So you want to make sure that, if nothing else, when you put that valve stem through the rim, that it's good and straight. And then set your inner tube inside. Oh, let me take this off here now. All right, so you got your inner tube inside. If it's a little too much air, just let some air out. And then you can keep that tool handy just in case you need it for the home stretch. But you want to make sure when you're putting the outside bead in that you're not pinching that inner tube, or it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. So you just want to work the tire back into the rim, and you want to end up back at the valve stem. I'll give you guys a look here once I get it in. But you really don't need any tools for this, and probably don't want to go sticking something in there. I know when we were kids and we had the BMX bikes, you did what Dad did. You put the 2 screwdrivers in and worked your way around, but these are a lot easier to work with. So, all right, so you can see we're back in all the way around. Now, this is the coolest part. I have this little portable tire pump here for my Jeep and different, the wife's car. I'll put a link in the description for this thing. This thing is awesome. I love this thing. So you literally turn it on and you set your tire pressure. I got 50 pounds just because I ride this on the road. So just be careful getting your nozzle on the valve stem, because it will want to push back inside the rim. This thing is loud, so I'll mute it in the editing. Just turn it on. That's it. As soon as it's done, it shuts down and you're done. Power button. Turn it off. That's it. Put your cap back on, you're done. So I was saying, as you're using that to inflate, you just want to kind of look around the bead and make sure that the tire is not popping out of the rim. Otherwise, you're going to pop your inner tube. But that's it. Thanks for watching. I am going to show you something else. So this is what I'm using to record, and I use it for my other channel. But this thing's pretty cool. It will follow you around. You can put it on a tall tripod. I use this for real estate videos. It's pretty awesome. I'll put my link for that also in the description. If you're a content creator, this thing's worth its weight in gold. And thanks for watching the video.